Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Militant Kerbal and I'd like to welcome you to my first YouTube video. So, judging by the title, we're going to be working in Kerbal Space Program on some weapons. So, specifically stock weapons. When you're building a stock weapon in Kerbal Space Program, the name of the game is impact tolerance. Impact tolerance pretty much means what this thing can hit without being destroyed. So if you have impact tolerance of 8, it can go up to 8. It can hit an object at 8 meters per second without being destroyed, but over that it'll be destroyed. So, in Kerbal Space Program wars, which are a very arbitrary topic of a space simulator, you have two kinds of ships. Excuse me. You have what I like to call soft hollow ships, or soft ships, like a carrier, such as this, designed by Macy Dean. So it's got a very light armor plate, or just plating. These panels have an impact tolerance of 15, so very easy to break. And then you have a hollow inside, presumably filled with fighters, juicy fuel tanks, easy targets. And then you have these, what I like to call hard targets. And these would be like the equivalent of tanks today, or something like that, which are completely covered in armor plate and are a bit harder to penetrate. But if you know how to build, a correct weapon system, they're a piece of cake to take out. And let's be honest, armor in Kerbal Space Program, not really a huge issue. So here we have a battle cruiser, also designed by Macy Dean. These will be our targets, by the way, when he designed the missiles. So you see, almost completely covered with armor plates, 80 impact tolerance. Might seem a bit imposing at the start, but really nothing to worry about. Because any fighter could take this out with a single missile, because Kerbal Space Program, like I said, armor doesn't matter, and you have these weak spots too right here. See these orange fuel lines as are part of an orange large tank, and those could be hit, and the whole thing is gone. So lots of weak spots, but we're not building ships right now. We're building weapons. So I'm gonna start with some soft target missiles. And when you're building a weapon system, you want to make it as small and light as possible, because assuming you're playing it legit, you have to get this thing into orbit. So while an SRB might be good for just destroying everything, just to shoot and, well, screw that missile, it's not very effective if you just want to have a tiny fighter that's capable of taking on capital ships. So I find a really good base to start with on a missile is this I-beam Pocket Edition. Because this thing has an impact tolerance of 80, it's a good mounting place, you can put tons of stuff on this. So, a very good missile actually, we're going to be getting to this later, for armor targets is just going like, one second. Editor extensions, love this mod. But it's just this. Bam. That thing can penetrate armor like you wouldn't believe, and it's such a low part count. But we're going for soft targets right now. So if we want to do a soft target, we got to make sure that our missile hits, penetrates, and then does a lot of damage on the inside. So we're going to have a very basic structure to start off with. Then what we're going to need first is a penetrating warhead. And in Kerbal Space Program, even though it's a very odd topic to make it into a war simulator, real physics do still apply. So, these things. So this has an impact tolerance of 15, which means it and a wing panel will be destroyed if it hits. See if this works. Nope. Well, this is awkward. Oh, there we go. So this and the wing panel will be destroyed when hit. So that'll destroy the initial armor plate. And then we want to make sure the hole is wide enough for the rest of the warhead to get through with some of these. Not 6 of them. 4. So this is going to push this part in, destroy the first plate. This will open up a bigger hole if there's some like science equipment or ladders in the way. And then we want some shrapnel, because the inside is going to be nice little juicy fighters and fuel tanks, everything in there. And we just want some shrapnel to hit them. So this simple design, it's a bit bigger than just, a pylon with just a pylon, really. But it's much more effective. So we're just going to launch this at a Spirit Wolf battle carrier. once I can find the correct parts. So you don't want to be using this against armored targets though, because even though the actual I-beam has a impact tolerance of 80, the warhead, the penetrating warhead, all this shrapnel, all this stuff is only like 15 and 8, so it wouldn't be too effective. Launch this. Another mod that's good for if you're doing Kerbal Space Program Wars is Hyper Edit, because it just makes things so much easier and makes you feel like God. That's always nice. It's loading. Oh, awkward moment was just a black screen and nothing to talk about really. Oh, here we go. So, test this out. Oh my God, did I just do that? Yes, I. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. This time on the runway, because Kerbal Space Program decided to quit on me. So we're back relaunching our soft target missile. All I did was just add some RTGs so we could actually get somewhere without running out of battery power. And we're going to use the magic of Hyper Edit to reach our destination, which happens to be the KSS Spirit of Kerbin. Not the real one, of course. So we're going to get very close to it because it's in solar orbit, and we're going to have to get a quick snapshot because we're going to go very fast past it. And what? And we're inside of it. We went too close. Let's try that again. 3. No, that's too close. 8. Let's try this. I am just being an embarrassment to Kerbal kind right now. Come on. There we go. This is still too close. I obviously need to learn how to use a Hyper Edit. Where is it? Oh, let me guess, we're too far away now. Apparently it's this way. Or is our pod backwards? No. We're just too far away now. Ah, the joys of solar orbit. Try this one more time before I totally give up. You know what? That'll do. That'll do. So, let's aim this bad boy. So, I actually don't have any fighters in here right now, but I think this should still be very effective, and it'll show you just the power of a well-designed missile. Let's get this perfectly lined up and fire. So actually, oh, it took out this whole hull panel, and on the inside we've totally detached these fuel tanks. So you see, it's not the catastrophic damage that an SRB would do. Instead, what it does, it makes a big hole and it takes out whatever's on the other side of the hole, which was these fuel tanks at the time. And so this ship would be very hard to fly right now because it's totally off balance. It's got a huge hole in its armor. Anything will really get in and destroy the fighters inside. Probably took out a fighter or two that was docked right here. And that was from one missile. Imagine if you had like maybe 7 of these firing a salvo across the broadside. Complete destruction. And that's definitely better than just maybe a little Oscar B with a tiny engine at the back. So that's cool. Now we're going to go into hard targets. This actually is a lot easier to build than a soft target missile. The reason being is that all you're going for here is straight up penetration. Because once you penetrate the armor, what's going to happen is the armor is going to compress onto the fuel tanks and it'll destroy the fuel tanks for you. So the armor is going to really be the downfall in this case for our poor little target. Start off the same way with this pocket edition I-beam. And this time we're going to still want those 4 SRBs that gave it us some really nice delta V. No, really just target velocity. Moreover, we're not going to science terms. Scott Manley's got that covered. Septrons. Put those on. They have to be straight or else my OCD will just start firing rapidly. So actually we're going to go into utility right now. And we're going to get out, and we're not going to go into utility, it's in structural. We're going to get out the structural hardpoint for the aircraft. You're wondering why? Look at this impact tolerance. 999. I don't know if that's a bug or a glitch, but that's a lot. So that'll destroy pretty much anything else, I'm pretty sure. So a couple of these. They're pretty big, so this is kind of an ungainly missile, but it'll work well. And they also weigh quite a bit, actually. So that's why I need the 4 Septrons instead of just 2. Move these up a bit. And really, this would do it, because, like I said, straight up penetration, you don't really need any fancy shrapnel or anything when you're just poking a hole through an armored warship. However, we're going to go the extra step, because we're overachievers like that. We're going to add some of these cubular octangular struts. So you'll notice that these are the same ones we used in the shrapnel in the earlier design. The reason is these have an impact tolerance of 8, whereas all fuel tanks have an impact tolerance of 6. So once this punches through armor, this will just make sure that we get the guaranteed kill that we deserve. Just throw on a decoupler. With missiles, you always want to use the blue decouplers or the red one, because these stick to the missile, and that's just never fun. And a pod. And this time we're going to be shooting at the battlecruiser. You know, when I watch other YouTube videos, I'm always like, geez, how could they not find this stuff in the editor, like the structural builder? Geez, they're a bunch of... We should really learn to navigate that better. But really, once you start talking and try to build something, it's pretty hard. So here we go, launching. So I have a lot more respect for all KSP commentators now. Really, all commentators. It's hard to play a game while talking. Okay, here we go. And magical hyper-edit powers. Go. And we want a, what was it, 9, I think. And we're going to do the battlecruiser. And we're back. This is attempt number 2. I actually missed the first attempt, so let me cut that out. That was just embarrassing shooting right there. That's the carrier. We want the battlecruiser. Give us the battlecruiser. And it's just glitching out. We're gonna have to manually aim this again. Oh joy. Last time I tried this, I ended up failing so horribly that my family disowned me. So that was fun. Okay. Here we go. It's pretty good. Want to get a dead center hit right here. Go on. There we go. And fire. That's gonna be good. And we're gonna get this debris out of the way. So that is critical damage right there. You'll see. That thing, this battlecruiser is a piece of toast. Not a piece of toast. Whatever phrase something that's destroyed is. So you see, we took out the big orange fuel tank, the weak spot I was talking about, because the armor pressed in and destroyed the orange tank. So a good confirmed kill right there. So you see, these missiles are just as effective as any SRB. Maybe not the anti-soft armor missile, but that's just kind of a technical missile used to take out the insides of a ship or critically damage a ship. With this, I mean, look at this debris field. That thing's gone. So I'd like to thank you for watching. I'm the Milton Kerbal. Please like, favorite, subscribe, and I'd like to thank you for watching. Bye.